Each morning, consecrate yourself to God for that day. Surrender all your plans to Him, to be carried out or given up as His providence shall indicate. Thus, day by day, you may be giving your life into the hands of God, and thus your life will be molded more and more after the life of Christ. With God at dawn, the first light of the day, with God, a daily devotion by Ellen G. White, 23rd October. Continual guidance is promised, blessings promised, and the Lord shall guide thee continually, and satisfy thy soul in drought, and make fat thy bones. And thou shalt be like a watered garden, and like a spring of water, whose waters fail not. Isaiah chapter 58, verse 11. We are to exercise wisdom and judgment in every action of life, that we may not, by reckless movement, place ourselves in trial. We are not to plunge into difficulties, rejecting the means God has provided, and misusing the faculties He has given us. Christ's workers are to obey His instructions implicitly. The work is God's, and if we would bless others, His plans must be followed. Self cannot be made our center. Self can receive no honor. If we plan according to our own ideas, the Lord will leave us to our own mistakes. But when, after following His directions, we are brought into straight places, He will deliver us. We are not to give up in discouragement, but in every emergency, we are to seek help from Him who has infinite resources at His command. Often we shall be surrounded with trying circumstances, and then in the fullest confidence we must depend upon God. He will keep every soul that is brought into perplexity through trying to keep the way of the Lord. When Nebuchadnezzar the first king besieged and captured Jerusalem and carried away Daniel and his companions, with others specially chosen for service in the court of Babylon, the faith of the Hebrew captives was tried to the uttermost. But those who learned to place their trust in the promises of God found these all sufficient in every experience through which they were called to pass during their sojourn in a strange land. The Scriptures proved to them a guide and a stay.